Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be looking at what Royal High Twitter thinks are the most underrated Royal High accessories. Of course this video is going to be very much opinionated, so if you don't agree with any of the items shown in this video being underrated, or think that there's another underrated item that wasn't shown in this video, just leave a little comment below and I could probably do a part 2. So yeah, let's go have a look at Twitter, shall we? So as you can see, I made a tweet just being like, reply with the most underrated Royal High items, so let's go have a look. This is the top reply saying Mardi Gras items, so these are all of those items. I definitely see the beads and the bow tie be used. I'd say the masks probably get used in Sunset Island as well, but I'm not sure about these 3 items here. Yeah, you can see 7 people agree with these. On to the next one. Kaons has quite a few different accessories here, so we'll have a look at all of these. Starting off with 2 of the Easter headbands. I think these just don't get used that much because they are very themed. Like, you wouldn't normally have eggs on top of your head, would you? I mean, these are very cute, but it depends if you really want something like this on your head. The Angeloid hair clips, I think these still hold up a lot. Like, these were used a ton in 2019. But no, these definitely still look very good in outfit hacks. Now this next one, I'm gonna have to click on this so you can see it properly, is the archery kit that goes on your back. Now I think the reason why this doesn't get used a whole lot is because it's more for like roleplay or like character sort of thing. So, you know, you could wear this in a roleplay, or maybe you'd wear this to kind of show that your character's an archer or is some sort of like fighter or warrior or something. So I think this is just a general like roleplay item, and a very specific one at that, so kind of understandable that not many people use it. Going down, we have the vampire crown. Now I used to use this item a lot before it got reworked. I, like, all the time I'd use it. But after the rework, I just stopped using it completely. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's mostly because the design changed so heavily. Like, this whole middle bit here looks completely different to how it used to look. And this like little fog cloud that it has on top of it is really intense. Like, if they ever come back to this crown, they definitely need to like turn down that fog filter on the top of it. It is like really intense. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is about this crown, because like I used to use it all of the time, and then as soon as it got reworked, I just didn't use it. And it's probably because it just looks so, like, it looks like a whole different crown. This next one, I'm gonna click on this so you can actually see it. Now this, I think the reason why this one doesn't get used that much is because there's other hats like this. So there's like the one with the dove on it, and then there's the other one where it's similar to this one, but it has like butterflies on the end of it. There might be a third one, I don't know, because I don't really use these hats. But yeah, I think out of all the hats that we have with this little veil thing on the front of it, this might be like the more like toned down one. You know, we've got one with a dove on it and butterflies, so that's probably why this is like the underrated one. Because there's very similar options that have a more like extravagant thing going on the top of it. The next one, I don't remember what this is exactly. I think this does hold up, same with the Angeloid clips. Like, it works in hacks. I don't really see anyone use it anymore, because I think the whole like feather things kind of like faded out of Roblox outfits, because I know that there's like some really rare Roblox hats that kind of have this like side wing thing going on, and that's where like these kind of things come from. I think another reason why people don't use it as much is because although like the feathers on the sides look really good, this middle bit is just like a block of just plain colour. I don't really know how well patterns work on it either. And like whenever I've tried using this with the TV head, this thing clips through, so it's kind of annoying. And this is the last one. I think it's pretty understandable why this is a underrated item, because it's literally just some like Christmas ornaments on a string. Yeah, I don't know. And then we've got a few more listed down here. Plus boppers from Halloween. For the same reason that the Easter ones don't get used, I think it's just because they're like... I mean, when do you see people use boppers? Like, people only use boppers when it's like Easter Day or like Halloween Day. Like, I have some bat ones, and I've only ever worn them when I did like a bat costume for Halloween one year. So I think it's just because they're very like costumey. If we're talking about skirts, then Secret Fairy. I think the reason why that one doesn't get used a whole lot is because it is just genuinely a very old skirt. I did a video styling that skirt, and it was very hard to have patterns work on it in a way that looked good. The butterfly set in general, maybe not heels, but still, yeah, I do not see people use the butterfly set. Though I think it's kind of came back a little bit because of the rework pictures. But yeah, overall people just don't use that set. Magical Guardian of Love and Justice. This was a very popular skirt back in 2019. I think the reason why people don't use it much anymore now is because a lot of the custom legs, like, okay, this skirt was made at a time when we were still mostly using like chicken heels and the normal Roblox leg ones. So a lot of the more like new shoes that have the custom, more realistic legs attached to them, the skirt's just like really short on it, and it kind of looks like a ballerina tutu. So yeah, it just doesn't really work with a lot of the new heels because of like how long the legs are. North Pole Present skirt. I've actually forgotten which skirt this is. North Pole. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. To be honest, I think it's because it looks very similar to this one, the Goth Lolita skirt. Like, I know that people use this skirt as like a free Goth Lolita skirt hack thing, because you can actually toggle the flowers off of this. But no, I think it's just one of those skirts where like there's other skirts that look similar, but then have something more appealing on them. Next one, the beanies. Yeah, these are both beanies. These used to be used a lot in 2019, but no, I think these were mostly worn by small beans, and I think those have mostly faded out of the Royal High player base now, so no, there's no one to use these items. Like, these only get used around like Christmas time. Mermaid glam earrings. I think a lot of the earrings do get kind of like forgotten because they're such a small item, and if you're playing on your phone or like any kind of mobile device or any kind of device that has low graphics, then you barely see earrings on your character. Like, I can't really speak too much on earrings because I'm a TV head. I can't use them, so I just completely forget about them. But now, also another thing, these haven't been reworked. So a lot of the other, like, shell-themed items, like the Mermaid Royalty, the seashell top, those have all been reworked at some point. Whereas these earrings haven't, so they're kind of in the old style. Like, if these were reworked to look like the shells that are on the Mermaid Royalty crown, I'm sure these would be used a lot more. We've got another one with an earring. Again, I think it's just because they're such, like, small items, and, like, if you're wearing a certain hairstyle, you can't even see your ears anyway. So yeah, I think it's just a case of some things just not, like, being seen. Okay, now if I scroll here, we've got Royal Stroll in the Garden, Peppermint Princess and Royal Stroll in the Garden, Peppermint Princess skirt. Okay, so Royal Stroll in the Garden skirt, like, this got a huge glow up. But I think the reason why this doesn't get used a whole lot is because, well, players just don't really use, like, permanently on sale items that much. I've noticed that a lot of people like to use seasonal items. So yeah, I think it's partly that, and another reason is that there's a lot of butterflies on it. So if you're gonna wear this, the rest of your outfit needs to be butterfly themed. And this doesn't have any of, like, frilly lace on it, and a lot of other items do have lace on it. So yeah, I just think it's a case of, one, people not wanting to wear permanently on sale skirts, and two, kind of just trying to style it because of the heavy butterfly theme on it, and also the fact that a lot of other items have, like, lace attached to them, and this skirt doesn't have any lace on it. Peppermint Princess skirt. I think a lot of people just kind of forget that you can toggle the fur off of it. But then another thing is, it was a part of that, I can't remember the name, but the winter shop that happened in the, like, pre-winter hype update. So there was a winter update before the main winter update that happened in the apartment lobby and just kind of put a ton of items in the shop, and the Peppermint Princess set was a part of that. And I think a lot of people were kind of wanting to save their diamonds for the upcoming winter set, and a lot of the items that were in this, like, pre-Christmas update collection were very expensive, and a lot of people just didn't want to, like, a lot of people just wanted to ignore it. So yeah, I definitely say this is an underrated skirt because, I mean, it, like, look, with the toggles off, how, like, it doesn't look like a themed, like, seasonal skirt, it just looks like a normal skirt. I think it mainly comes down to people forgetting about the toggle or just, like, favouring other skirts over it. And the fact that it was a part of a collection that a lot of people decided to ignore. Studded rose garters. I think... Okay, this mainly comes down to the fact that people don't use the Roblox legs that much in their royal high outfits anymore. Like, the garters do not work on the custom legs at all, so most people can't use them. The St. Patrick's items. Yeah, they're very themed items, and everyone has a ton of them, and no one wants to wear, like, really common items unless it's a part of, like, a theme. Surfboard, I stand by this one. I think that the surfboard is a really underrated item. Like, super underrated. Breathe Me mask. Okay, this is the Breathe Me mask for anyone who doesn't know. This was a super popular item back in 2019 when it was a very, popular thing to wear the wheel items. This was mostly worn by like the small beans / dark fairies, or like some people pretending to be a mermaid as well. Yeah, I think so. Just a lot of people don't really use the wheel items that much anymore because they are quite like old. And as I said earlier, a lot of people prefer to wear like seasonal items over permanently available items or like common items. So I'm gonna quickly do the wheel now. Oh, I got diamonds. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's the end of today's video. If there's any underrated items that weren't mentioned in this video, feel free to leave a comment. Oh, I can't grab the diamond. I have to faceplant the floor. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.